Good morning, guys. Once again, hope you are all doing well. Last class, we quickly gone through Aurangzeb's rule. Let us go related to that same topic in little slow manner. Okay. I explained you in detail about Aurangzeb, how Aurangzeb rule was different from that of Akbar. Aurangzeb rule was quite long compared to Shah Jahan or compared to Humayun or Jahangir. But same, Akbar ruled for a quite long period of time. Aurangzeb ruled from 1658 to 1707. 1707, that is the death of Aurangzeb, and with that only the Mughal dynasty started collapsing, lost its importance. So Aurangzeb ruled from 1658 to 1707. Please open your book and keep this page. I told you, if you don't have a hard copy of textbook, please go to e-Pathshala, NCERT website of e-Pathshala, and download PDF version of textbook so that easily you can understand. Because when if it is not so clear, don't worry, if it is not so clear, that's the one option. Another important option, you listen to me what I am explaining. So during the time of Aurangzeb, in the northeast, Ahoms were defeated in 1663. Ahoms, who are the Ahoms? Ahoms were the tribal group. Ahoms, Satnamis, these are all tribal groups, but these tribal groups, of course, they had a vast kingdom who were controlling a particular area. So Ahoms were defeated in the year 1663, but rebelled again in 1680. So Aurangzeb could not control any king for a longer period of time. The same thing happened in Marathas also. So he defeated Ahoms in 1663, but the same Ahoms rebelled against Aurangzeb in 1680s. So that Ahoms they declared themselves as independent. Campaigns in the north west against Yusufai and the Sikhs were temporarily successful. Means Aurangzeb's campaign against Sikhs were also successful, but this success was only for a short time period. Mughals' intervention in the succession and internal politics of Rathore Rajputs of Mewar led to their rebellion. So Mughals had a very close connection with the Rajputs during time of Akbar. But don't think that all Rajput kings were happy with the Mughals' intervention with the Rajputs. Many were not happy. That's why there was a rebellion against the Mughal kings by Rajputs. Campaigns against Maratha chieftain Shivaji were initially successful. Aurangzeb, one of the greatest nightmare or Aurangzeb's dream was to capture Shivaji and control Maratha kingdom, but it was almost unsuccessful till the last death of Aurangzeb, because Shivaji was considered as one of the greatest personality among the Indian kings because of his tactics of guerrilla warfare. Even he had a great contribution in the navy field. That's why even today Shivaji is considered as father of Indian Navy. So his campaign against Maratha chieftain Shivaji were initially unsuccessful, but Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra. Why you have to remember this line? Most of the Mughal kings never had the habit of insulting a defeated king. You know, insulting a defeated king is always against the principle of dharma. If you see today the Geneva Treaty of War Agreement, what it says that if you defeat, when your enemy is arrested, if your enemy soldier or if your enemy is arrested, respect that enemy as a human being. Don't disrespect him. That's why not Captain. Whenever there is a war between India and other countries, then it is always like that. Please hand over the soldiers in case if you are arrested. Wing Commander Abhinandan Vartaman, you can see, he was sent back to India with the respect, but this is only the rarest of the rare. Otherwise, Pakistan insults very badly the war prisoners. That is not the correct procedure. That's what difference between Aurangzeb and Akbar is the same. Akbar never criticized or insulted kings who were defeated by the Mughal kings. But here Aurangzeb insulted Shivaji, who escaped from Agra and declared himself as an independent king and resumed his campaign against Mughals. Aurangzeb was opposed by Shivaji even till his death. You see, now there is a story connected between Aurangzeb, Shivaji and Bijapur Sultans. Adil Shahis of Bijapur, their commander was one of the person who was considered as the most successful commander of Adil Shahis. And the commander of Adil Shahis of Bijapur was sent to Shivaji initially in the pretext of his name is Afzal Khan. He was sent in the pretext of making a peace treaty with Shivaji. But Afzal Khan, you see how cruel Afzal Khan was. If you visit near Kendriya Vidyalaya in Bijapur, there is a place called Sat Kabar. Sat Kabar means a place where 60 dead bodies are kept in a place. Sat Kabar is a place where 59 dead bodies are kept. One dead body is in front of district hospital, which is there in front of our school building. Afzal Khan had 60 wives. So Afzal Khan was nominated by Aurangzeb to meet Shivaji in the pretext of peace treaty and kill Shivaji. So before Afzal Khan planned to visit Pratapgarh, Afzal Khan visited his guru. And his guru said that you won't come back to Bijapur. He understood that something is going to be wrong. That's the reason why Afzal Khan was so cruel that he called his wives one by one and put them in a nest and drowned in a well and constructed tomb. That is what Sat Kabar, where 59 poor women were killed and tomb was constructed like immediately. And same Afzal Khan visited Pratapgarh in the pretext of peace treaty, but Shivaji was so intelligent that he understood the intention of Afzal Khan and Shivaji killed Afzal Khan. So Afzal Khan's dead body is not brought back to Bijapur. So that is a story associated with Afzal Khan, Aurangzeb and Adil Shahis and Marathas. Okay. So Maratha king Chhatrapati Shivaji continued as an independent king. But in the later period, the Prince Akbar rebelled against Aurangzeb and received support from Marathas and the Deccan Sultanates and finally fled to Safid Khan. So Aurangzeb also faced the same problem, that rebellion from the kings. Okay, that was also one of the problem faced by Aurangzeb. After Akbar's rebellion, Aurangzeb sent armies against Deccan Sultanates. So Aurangzeb had a plan to capture Bijapur once again. So as a result, he was very much keen to capturing Golconda and Bijapur. So he annexed Bijapur in 1685 and Golconda in 1687. From 1698, Aurangzeb personally managed campaign in Deccan against the Marathas. So Aurangzeb once again was not happy with the development of Maratha kings. As a result, he personally attacked the Deccan part of India. If you remember, the fort of Bijapur, this is destroyed for the first time, destroyed by Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb attacked even Bijapur and destroyed the fort of Bijapur and captured and made Adil Shahis of Bijapur as his feudatories. So campaign against Deccan was personally managed by Aurangzeb, who started a guerrilla warfare. Aurangzeb also had to face a rebellion in north by Sikh, Jat and Satnamis. So when Aurangzeb was busy in concentrating on Deccan part of India, in the northern part of India, Sikh, Jats and Satnamis. I told you Satnami is same, it's a tribal group. Sikhs and Jats and Satnamis also rebelled against Aurangzeb. So that's what I said. Aurangzeb's movement were not successful for a longer time. Why? Because of this reason only. Why? Because the reason which I told you, Aurangzeb was very unpopular king, very cruel king because of implementation of taxation system, jizya tax, and he was many other principles or the rules and regulations passed by Aurangzeb made him most unpopular. That's why once he defeated certain kingdoms, once he is out from that place, immediately they rebelled against and declared their independence. That's why Aurangzeb's rule was not able to consolidate Mughal empire, and later the Mughal could not be successful after death of Aurangzeb. So in the northeast, Ahoms were also rebelled against Aurangzeb. So Ahoms rebelled against Sikhs, Jats, Rajputs, everybody rebelled against Aurangzeb even though he defeated them once. So finally Marathas also they rebelled and declared themselves independent kings. Remember this guerrilla warfare technique. His death was followed by succession conflict among his sons. So Maratha king Chhatrapati Shivaji, considered as a very humble beginning. Shivaji's father was an ordinary soldier in Adil Shahi's kingdom, but son of an ordinary soldier was responsible and finally constructed a huge kingdom called Maratha Confederacy or Maratha Kingdom, and most successful king because of the introduction of several warfare techniques. That's why Chhatrapati Shivaji is always a motivation for several Indians because of his way of involving in warfare techniques. There was a word called guerrilla warfare. What is guerrilla warfare? Guerrilla warfare means attacking on an enemy suddenly or without giving enemy to give a time of reaction. Take for example, you are walking on a road, you are able to see a dog coming from a far place. Then you get a time to react. Imagine you are going suddenly from a corner, if a dog is chasing you, then you can, reflection time is very less. Guerrilla warfare is Shivaji pioneered the guerrilla warfare technique. He pioneered guerrilla warfare techniques which leverage strategies like demographic speed, surprise and focused attack and defeat his enemies. So surprise, speed and focused attack on enemies. What today commandos are doing is the same. That is guerrilla warfare technique. That is what you may be seeing the commandos where they have painting and different dress, camouflage dress, and they generally hide in a particular place and attack on enemy suddenly. So the chance of reflection or giving to enemies less. Shivaji had a smaller army, thereby he obliged a wage. Guerrilla warfare helped to overcome his great imbalance. So Shivaji, when we compare Shivaji with Aurangzeb had a huge army. So Shivaji felt that defeating such a huge army is very difficult. That's why he followed the guerrilla warfare technique. That's why the guerrilla warfare technique was far successful for the success story of Chhatrapati Shivaji. This is Aurangzeb's map. This is of course Akhand Bharat. You can see from Kabul, Peshawar, Kashmir, Panipat, Delhi, Agra, Ajmer, Malwa, Allahabad, Gujarat, Ahmednagar, Gondwana, Bijapur. Almost entire India was under the control of Aurangzeb. So Aurangzeb controlled greater part of India. Try to remember all these: Panipat, Delhi, Rajputs, Ajmer, Malwa, Allahabad, Gondwana, Bijapur, and several other kingdoms. They were all defeated by Aurangzeb, and Aurangzeb captured a huge land. But I told you the story of Aurangzeb capturing a huge land could not be successful because after death of Aurangzeb in 1707, the success story of Mughal suddenly got an end. And after that way, after 1707, we don't have any record of one of the major kings of Mughals who ruled India. That's the reason why the British East India Company, who permitted them to trade, Jahangir. The British East India Company could gain the successful, and that's the reason why British East India Company became the rulers of India because of the failure of Mughal kingdom. And finally, we remember only in the year 1857, that is the last king of Mughal, Bahadur Shah Zafar. We remember because he was a part of revolt of 1857 in support of Indian soldiers. This is what I said, Bibi Ka Maqbara. This is a replica or a duplicate Taj Mahal. This Bibi Ka Maqbara is there in Aurangabad. This is there in Aurangabad. So Aurangzeb concentrated his entire administration in Aurangabad, not in Delhi. That's why even the Aurangzeb's dead body is kept in Aurangabad. So this is Bibi Ka Maqbara. It is called as mini Taj Mahal, a replica or a duplicate Taj Mahal. It is, the style of construction is same, but the luxury or the grand looking or the materials used for Taj Mahal and this is different compared to both the buildings. This is what I told you about the tomb of Aurangzeb. You see, it's very simple. Aurangzeb, such a huge owner of such a huge kingdom or a dynasty. You see his dead body is kept. Even today, this is in the same shape. It is in an unclad shape, or there is no luxurious tomb and all. Nothing is there, because this is another example where Aurangzeb was very much interested in living in a simple way. But as I told you, Aurangzeb's policies were wrong. That policy of reintroduction of jizya tax made him his most unpopular king. So with this we completed the 5 important kings of Mughal dynasty. We studied about Akbar, we studied about we studied about Babur, we studied about Babur who started Mughal kingdom, then we studied about Humayun, we studied about Akbar, we studied about Jahangir, we studied about Shah Jahan, and we finally studied about Aurangzeb. So Mughal kingdom started in the year 1526 with the first battle of Panipat and lost its importance with the death of Aurangzeb in the year 1707. Please remember these dates. The year 1707, the death of Aurangzeb started decline or deterioration of Mughal kingdom. Okay, in the next classes we study about Mughal administration in India, how the Mughals had a successful administration when we speak about Akbar's rule. Okay, take care. Please write down all those points which are mentioned in the PPT, PowerPoint presentation. Thank you. Take care.